Good evening, friends. It's been a while since I've made a video. I have a toddler, and she takes up a lot of time. But I've been watching a lot of really good content lately, and I started following some small retro video gaming channels. The four that come to mind are NES Addict, Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, JLove81, and Megadan29. And lately, these channels have been doing short, fun videos. And a recent one was JLove81's top 3 box art challenge. And I felt inspired, so I don't know if I have 3 favorite box arts because there's almost an infinite number of them, but I do have some that are near and dear to me in various categories. So today's video, we're going to talk about some sort of silly, cartoony video game covers. Colorful, bright, goofy, don't take themselves too seriously. So let's take a look at a couple of those. The first one is one of my absolute all-time favorite games. And I apologize, the glare on this thing's going to be crazy. There we go. And that game is Wario's Woods. Now, I no longer have the game. It's been a long time since I've owned it. But I do have this instruction manual that I got pretty cheap in a used game store bin. And I adore how gigantic Wario is. And you got angry little Toad here. He's so pissed off. And he's tossing bombs at these basically innocent forest creatures that are just invading this forest at Wario's bidding. I don't think they know that what they're doing is bad. They're just kind of there. And, yeah, it's really messed up, but you just go through level after level, annihilating these poor things with bombs. But I love this font up here. I love this green and yellow color contrasted with this tangerine orange bomb. That's actually one of my favorite palettes, is yellow, lime green, and tangerine. I just think it works so well together. It looks so fresh and lively, you know. You've got this bright blue sky peppered with these tiny little clouds, and then to offset it, just to kind of give the background a dull sort of contrast against all this bright color up here, you've got these turquoise hills and this kind of hunter green, I guess the hills aren't turquoise, they're like a dark teal, and you've got this like hunter green forest spread here, and then you've got this really warm red bomb. And what's this guy's name? Let me see, we can find his name real quick because this is an instruction manual. His name is Dovo. And you got this little turnip guy, this little mushroom dude, and this little dude here. Anyway, the point is, the choice in the colors used here is very intentional, and it's extremely effective. Wario's big bright pink nose, smack dab in the middle here, really draws in your eye. There's motion lines on the bomb, so you can see it. You can see the bomb moving forward, and you can see Toad throwing his arms down. So you've got 2 motion lines, and in that, you've got an entire movement expressed. And that's just an example of really good cartooning, expressing a number of actions taking place in a single frame. And it's the mark of a good cartoonist who can do that. So I just love this cover. I love this game. And Mario covers in general are very bright and colorful and lively, but this one is fun. and this one's kind of silly, and it's different from your typical Mario cover. The closest one I can think of to compare it to maybe would be Mario Land 2 with that big fisheye lens look and the shark with a boxing gloves. That's a really fun cover too, but this one, I like this one a little bit more. The next one is something I've owned since I was a teenager, and that is the big box version of Day of the Tentacle by LucasArts. It's a sequel to Maniac Mansion, which itself has a fantastic cover. Oh my god, I don't have it with me. Maybe I'll put an overlay on the screen. But the Maniac Mansion cover is phenomenal. You've got this like crazed looking face just in this like almost cloudy blue in the background. And you've got the whole cast of characters, and it's gorgeous. But I don't have that, so I can't really show it off. But this is way more simple, and it says everything you need to. Bernard's the only character from the original one that carried over, as far as like the protagonists go, and Purple and Green Tentacle are also most of the villains are from the original cast, but this is the only hero that sticks out. So you've got this goofy nerd with his pocket protector and his bow tie, just blasting towards the screen as fast as he can, and you've got Purple Tentacle with your typical old school sci-fi ray gun, like a zappy gun. And you've got just a hint of the mansion in the background here. Everything in the background is a nighttime palette, dark blues, blacks, purples, and then in the front you kind of got in the mid-ground you've got this warmer color, this purple here, and you've got Purple Tentacle is kind of a lavender. The ground he's walking on is like I don't know the exact name for this shade. Is it periwinkle? Who knows? Who cares? And then you've got the bright like Caucasian skin tone peach really popping out. The logo here is in this fun sort of squishy font. You kind of feel like you can grab it and squeeze it, and maybe it would make a sound like a squeaky toy that a dog would use. And then on the side, what else is great about this box is look at this fun pattern, these tentacular circles, and you got the same font, but the color has been inverted to purple, which is its complementary color from this sort of emerald green on the front here. This thing just screams 90s. There's almost something like Saved by the Bellish about this. On the back, you've got the other characters. I can't remember. His name is Hoagie, and is her name Lorraine or something? Anyway, she's kind of this visual trope that you saw a lot in the 90s with one hyper dilated eye. King K. Rool kind of has like a similar look. If you wanted someone to be a little neurotic, you would give them like two different pupils. And Hoagie's just like your typical like roadster guy. He's in the metal. His favorite band's probably AC/DC. It's following the same design principle as the front cover. The house in the background, nighttime palette, light purple, and then the brighter, more almost neon colors popping out in front. Oh, they're her fingers. I suspect her hand is back here, but it's kind of looks like they're just... Anyway, it's weird. The last one we're going to look at. Oh, this one. Oof. This one I got complete in box from my best friend. He was clearing out some of his old stuff. And this is hands down the cream of the crop for this category. And that is the NES port of the arcade game Trog. Take a look at that phenomenal cover. That is just fantastic, isn't it? Look at this cracked bone font. There's a little a little axle coming out of the O to suggest that it's a stone wheel. They're really going hard on the caveman thing, I guess. So I guess my understanding would be that these letters are made out of stone and these letters are made out of bone. Trog is supposed to look, you can see from this cabinet here, it was meant to look like claymation. And at the time that this was popular, Will Vinton Studios was producing a lot of really high quality claymation stuff. If you're an 80s kid like me, you might remember the California Raisins, for example. So claymation was really in vogue, and the thought of putting that new video game was huge, which is why Clay Fighter was such a big deal when it came out not too long after. I love the bizarre look of these blue dinosaurs. The suggestion here is that it is growing in size. You've got these sort of echoing shapes suggesting that there's a transformation taking place here. You've got these cycloptic caveman. I don't know if they're the Trogs or if these dinosaurs. I think in the game you play a T-Rex and you're eating these cavemen, and these cavemen are called the Trogs. Which is another sort of trope inversion. Typically, you play a caveman and you're fighting dinosaurs, but in this game, you're the dinosaur and you got to eat these guys before they take over everything. I don't know why this guy in the background here. Let me see if I can zoom in. He's got a knife and a fork. Like, what is he? What's he eating? What's for dinner, guy? What are you after? This guy's just dumbfounded. And these two are dumbfounded. This guy's just kind of along for the ride. And these guys are just ecstatic. Whoa! They're having fun. This cover is just so perfect. It's so beautiful. What a fantastic cover. Don't you love this? Don't you just love looking at this? Win a Trog arcade game. See details inside. I want to get in on that. Anyway, folks, I want to keep this video short, but the back cover, not much to speak about it. Same care wasn't taken on this one as the Day of the Tentacle box. There are a lot of other fantastic covers in this category. Sam and Max Hit the Road comes to mind. I adore Sam and Max Hit the Road. I no longer have the box. The box art for Afterlife. That's a big box PC game with a box that folds out from the center, and it's got heaven on one side and hell on the other. And that's also a LucasArts product, so it has a very cartoonish style. But anyway, I guess that's it for this video. I want to thank JLove81, NES Addict, MegaDan29, and Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, for sort of reigniting my desire to make videos. I bought this nice microphone specifically to make these ASMR style videos, but it's just been a while, and when you have a toddler running around, it's very difficult to kind of square away the time to do video editing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to subscribe. I hope to be making some more videos soon. I've got tons of game related content I could share with you guys as long as I have the time. So yeah, thanks for dropping by. See you later.